everybody. After the Havoc, I'm sorry, after the Havoc. Hello and good morning, everybody. This is Amidst the Havoc. We're not officially started yet, but if anyone is piling in here a little bit early, we're going live right now. We are recording everything, and hopefully we'll be going here pretty soon. I'm going to run to the store real quick. That's not going to take me before the hour, but the store's just a block away. I'm actually going to make one more try to find some of that liquid death before we start. We're going to be talking all about NHRL, Robotica, MRCA, and Robot Rebellion, which should be going live. Check out their YouTube. I believe they're all going to be on World of Wardrobe again. But for sure, everyone, just hold tight. We will be live here in just a couple minutes. Good morning to all y'all. Can't wait for another day of robot combat. back here now. Only 2 minutes behind. You gotta give me a little bit of credit here. Oh, glad somebody's in here waiting for my ass. But we're finally about to start here. Had to make one quick post for that social media, and you'll see why in a second. And then we'll be ready to go here at Amidst the Havoc. Hope you guys are doing great this morning. All right. I think we're about ready to kick off today. So let's go to the main camera here. Bada boom. Hello everybody. Yet another day here at the Combot Collective. My beard's looking a little bit crappy. I have yet to take my morning shower. Got up a little bit later today. Well actually I slept great last night, I will be honest. Got to bed around 12. Got up at 7, so ready to do this, but I woke up with the worst toothache this morning. It was absolutely horrible. All the way back here, this part of my mouth. Sucked for the morning, but I just took 1,000 milligrams of some painkillers, so it might be a bit of the weird part of the morning, but we're hanging in there. And I don't know if you can tell this, but look at this. I told you I'm a sucker for branding, and I got me a little bit of Liquid Death. I went to the 7-Eleven just now. Like I said yesterday, they were closed at 3 for some reason, so I decided let me go super early today and pick up a couple. Look at that, a little bit of Liquid Death. I got 2 of the mountain water here. I'm going to try that right now, but we also have one of the sparkling water right here, so none of the flavored flavors. A bit unfortunate, but I did get a couple here. I was hoping to have like a 12-pack or something, but it's a big can. That's like a tall boy right there. I don't know if Bublé's cans are that big. I might be incorrect by that theory, but this isn't an advertisement stream. We are going to be talking a little bit about Normal Havoc Robotica. You know the events by now here in a moment, but in the meantime, we're just hanging out, sitting tight. Hope you guys have been having a lovely morning, eating some good breakfast, got some good sleep, because we have even more robot combat to come today. And speaking of, let me pull up on the YouTube over here on my laptop on this end, Robot Rebellion 2022. I know that is today at the Maker Fair, not the Maker Fair, at Midway Rapture. I do apologize. Pull that up there. Did want to go through Instagram's front page today, talk about some of the big things which have happened over the past couple of days. Looking at the Snapchat story, the Instagram story that we have here. Did want to give another shout out to Team Health and Safety from Catholize, the BattleBots subreddit moderator, my fellow BattleBots subreddit moderator. He's the guy that really does everything. You see that BattleBots rumor thread at the start of the day. At the start of the BattleBots season cycle. You see all those announcement threads about what to do now in the community after a big episode ends or something. That's all him. He does so much work behind the scenes, probably even more so than me. So big shouts to him, a lot of love. And I know they had a bit of a rough first day. I watched a couple of their matches. I don't think I saw them get any W's, at least on my end. But I love Team Health and Safety. I'm glad that Greg's getting his son into it. It's awesome to see. Moving forward, though, through our story here, there's Gator Robotics, the team from Florida. I am a huge fan of Drop Saw. I forgot to mention it yesterday during our streams, but I am a huge fan of what Drop Saw is bringing to the table. I love mini versions of BattleBots. You know me, we were talking about Outburst so much yesterday. Alexander Archer, he makes such amazing versions of heavyweights in terms of the weight class, but another homage to a heavyweight here. That looks exactly like a mini saw blades. Even look at the saw head, the saw arm, the way the plow's set up. It's a shame they did end up falling out in the losers bracket yesterday. We no one really saw too much of their action in the losers bracket. But I think the big story out of these three robots here is mechanical advantage. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. We know they've been facing mainly the same group of Floridian robots for that 21-0 streak, and they did get the streak continued to 23-0 with victories over Botanium and Tothic. Tothic was a pretty serious victory right there. But finally, it got stopped by a better robot of its own style. Voxel's been competing for literally years. If one robot has that style, better refined and mechanical advantage, it's probably Voxel, and we saw that today. But mechanical advantage still alive. We're going to see them fighting Off-Kilter first today. Should be a victory for them. We know Off-Kilter does have a bit of power. If you remember their victory over First Drink of the Day, total destruction. But time's going to have to tell with that one. I'm still pulling for mechanical advantage. Here's a bit of Marco Megalario here. This is that interview I was talking about on the stream yesterday. He said the best beetle weights in the world are here. It's tougher to win here than BattleBots. And when Marco Megalario is saying that, probably a pretty solid event going on here. As we look at some of the other things today, there's that event report from Team Health and Safety coming from the country of Holland. And here is Hyperdrive. This is a robot I mistaken for a HypeTrain. Had a bit of a blonde moment there when I was doing that. Really do love this robot, though. Shades of Razorback, the Drumbot version of Razorback, of course. Bit ironic given Dreamus & Go also made a small version of Razorback called Tuscan Raider. But I love the almost like a polygonal look to this robot. I believe this is another robot that kind of fell in the losers bracket quietly, unfortunately. So maybe we'll see them in a melee today. Here's a robot, I believe it's called Smitters. I think I might have gotten that name wrong. If I did, I do apologize. But I did see this on my feed, and I mean, I had to shout out the Wobbuffet livery. Look at this. I mean, look at the Wobbuffet wedge. Look at that big golden crest with the ho-oh wings up top. Just a good-looking robot there. Nothing like a nicely painted wedge bot. So pictures of Depth Charge, presumably before we had their matchups yesterday during Norwalk Havoc stream. I guess you could say it was a better event for Depth Charge. They did manage one victory. They did qualify for the 2022 finals, so we'll see them there in December. Pretty stoked about that, seeing them get to fight some of the best robots in the world, like Marathon, like Megatron, like Litterbox, and like Bots FC's own knockoff White, Riobots' own Minotaur. We saw Minotaur fight Toro Feather. We saw Toro Feather fight Depth Charge yesterday on the NHRL stream, but all those robots are robots that are potentially going to be opponents for Depth Charge in the December finals. And once again, let me give another shout out to Toro Feather and Bots FC for placing top 2 in that 30-pound class yesterday at Norwalk Havoc. Great victory by Bots FC and Knockoff White with the Wrigley brothers there driving the robots. They went undefeated, 3-0 with 2 victories over the Riobots guys. Nothing to be upset about there with that kind of run. Last bit on the story here. This is the only footage I think we have of a heavyweight matchup yet. We'll double check that though to be sure before we get out of here for our morning stream today. As it looks like Mad Catter there running one wedge. Bit of a weird wedgelet plow doodly-doo right there. Big wedges on. Oh really? That's nice to see. What did I just do? Yeah, big wedges on O'Reilly there. It's nice to see the bot has changed some, but that smother arm doesn't look right. Doesn't look like it's on the right way. Maybe they made the back wedges rear-based. I don't know. But we're going to have to see how that plays out. There's that picture of those liquid deads I was just talking about. But Speaking of, I guess we should try them, right? Let's give them a bit of a try here. Good to see that you're here again, Fluffy Robotics. Yes, there we go. Thank you for the records. I really should pull up the brackets here in a moment. Drop Saw did go 1 and 2. Hyperdrive 2 and 2. So, you know, not terrible. It's respectable appearances, especially for Hyperdrive batting 500 there to cap off its day. But we do have mechanical advantage today. The last stand for Gator Robotics, you know. The winning streak might be over. They're not undefeated for the whole year, but they still have a chance to keep that event winning streak happening. We could see them win 5 straight with a victory here at Norwalk Havoc, and I still want to see them qualify. Mechanical advantage at Robots for real, but tell you what, let's take a drink of this liquid death real quick. I keep talking, keep muttering, keep forgetting to drink this. So let's see here. Wow, that is incredibly mid. I'm not gonna lie. I know I bought the mountain water flavor, which means this has no like flavor like lime or mango or anything. And maybe I'm used to that because I drink buble. But yeah, I just feel like I just drank some cold water. Maybe there's some science behind why liquid death is apparently so high. I hate to bury it because I know they're going to be gassing it up on the Norwalk Havoc stream today. But yeah. I feel like I'm just drinking water. Don't get the hype, but I will set that there for just a couple moments. I don't think there's too much going on here. Oh, wow. Turns out I've been calling Lily and Fluffy Robotics 2 people all this stream so far. But speaking of Discord here, let's hop around to some of these streams here. Let's look at what Pearl Gray's talking about here. Looks like he's discussing some of his matchups. I couldn't let him spit up. I had to stay on him. Oh, I think he's talking about his Loser Brown 1 matchup here against Blender Pico. Yeah, a spin up test without any repair for the match, so I gifted him a chew toy. Failed data corrector. He was chunking it. Beat Aurelia 3, beat Historia Bungalow Bill. He's 3-1 right now, still alive, and I believe he is going to be taking on Mundo Bizarro to kick off today later on. And yes, here we go. Pictures of some of those matchups. I believe this was the robot that knocked him out of the winner's bracket here. Old Fashioned, I believe, was the name, or Old Faithful. Old Faithful, that's what it was. If it wants to load. In the meantime, let me pull up that World of Woodrow video. Live streaming Robot Rebellion Day 2. We'll see who's in the arena here in just a second. The co-host, though, for Robot Rebellion, the gentleman wearing the shirt. I mean, they're all wearing shirts. We're not animals here. But the gentleman that isn't World of Woodrow, he's got an absolutely stunning shirt. Give him some credit there. I love the floral pattern. Hope you guys are digging my shirt today. I was wearing it for a little bit yesterday, but I was sweltering, sweating. I don't know why the latest stream I was doing yesterday was the hottest, but boy, it was. Looks like the pictures are loading for whatever reason. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, that'll work. We'll make that happen. There's a picture of Blender Pico. I believe this is the same Blender, maybe the same affiliation as the Blender team that we usually know from Texas. You know, Blender, the robot that I believe went undefeated during the 2011 BattleBots event in the middleweight class. But I might be incorrect, though. It is the same full body spinner style. Ah, there's Aurelia. Aurelia not looking too good in that 3-pound form there, I must confess. Got its smotherer ripped off, and there it is there. Hopefully Team D3 Robotics has some spares. Here's another picture here of maybe that's the Mondo match. He said he's 3-1, so maybe not. Maybe that's the matchup before the Mondo matchup. There are a lot of drum bots in that competition. But let's see if we can get this video rendering. See if we can get it going. Maybe we can get some footage here of Data Collector's run. But in the meantime, we got Remy de Guzman. Here's someone, another friend of the Combot Collective. Someone that was at the MRCA Iowa event, talking a little bit about their matchup. In the third event that happened today, Wicked Wedge and Candy Striker took first and second with an event win in Iowa. So, hey, I think I did miss out on that. I didn't know that Candy Striker took first at the Iowa event. But that's pretty exciting. Let me double check here. Oh, yes, okay. I want to make sure I didn't get which bot got first there. I thought Wicked Wedge got second yesterday. I wanted to make sure I was right, though. Yeah, Kenny Stryker, Iowa, not Iowa, yeah, Iowa. Iowa MRCA Beaterweight champion. Once again, it's a shame that they aren't running Beaterweight finals. Maybe they will next year with enough support, but very excited to see that the Wicked Wedge guys are doing very good. YO Robotics. Weird Flex also took second. So, oh, actually, my mistake. It looks like Wicked Wedge and Candy Striker both took first and second. So Remy de Guzman actually sweeping the top two at MRCA. You love to see that. He took home 3 trophies. They're all right there. Honestly, some 6 trophies. They got the robot and the corn husk. Very well done in how they did on them. You love to see that. And, oh. I just realized that, yeah, that's a very cool spinner on Wicked Wedge. Lily from Fluffy Robotics mentioning that there. Very interesting. I honestly had no clue that was a wedge configuration for Wicked Wedge, or I guess a lack of wedge configuration, huh? For Wicked Wedge right there. I guess I do have the little Forka boys, so maybe a bit of a not so Wicked Wedge, a traditional wedge. But going on through here, I don't know if we have too much else on media and links, but you know what? You know what? Where's the URL? We should probably stream. Let's shield this stream to the people of YouTube. I mean, sorry, the people of Norwalk Havoc. Put this in there. Media and links real quick. Shout out to the Combot Collective, by the way. If you don't type my name in perfectly, you are not going to be able to find my account. It drives me crazy. Let's copy that real quick, ski, and paste it right here. There we go. Some live shilling on stream for everybody there. I do apologize. Let's see if we have any updates for the MRCA event. Looks like not really. Thank you to everyone who assisted and attended this year. I am glad that the IRFC event did end up becoming a success. I was a little, not skeptic, but it seems like they were having some choppiness issues with their stream. But it did end up working out at the end of the day. Let's see here. I actually just realized I never looked at that Beataway bracket. That's why I was so taken aback when I saw Wicked Wedge won it. They were having some bracket labeling issues when we were waiting for this bracket to pull up after our first stream yesterday. So let's check out that Beataway bracket now that they probably have it labeled correctly. Interesting though. Only 6 Beataweights, 6 Ferryweights, and 23 Antweights. You know who they're trying to qualify for. But yeah, here we go. Tan Candy Stripper. I love that. They really botched the name there. But let's pull up Robot Combat Events again one more time here so we can look up IRFC. And we should probably check YouTube again and see maybe if anyone has posted anything else on social media about the Robotica event yet. But I do have my doubts. I think it's going to take a little while. Houston Area Robot Combat did say that they were going to upload the matchups, but nothing yet, so it'll probably take a couple days. We have looked over this bracket before, so we do know that Deadly Yellow Munchkin has pulled out, Wicked Wedge, Candy Striker, Twisty, all these other robots hanging out in there at this bracket. And here we go, looking at some of these matchups. The Undercutter No Pointer exception did get the win over Twisty to start off the bracket. Captain Generic, who you can only assume is generic, whether it be a classic vert or a classic wedge, lost to Candy Striper. Candy Striper, in fact, looked great, only losing to his teammate Wicked Wedge once, and got that win back during the grand finals there, it looks like. Meanwhile, looking through some of these other brackets here, Mr. Screwbles, who do we have? Oh, classic drum bot. Mr. Screwbles, the drum bot, also got that bite around too. So did Wicked Wedge. Lost to Null Pointer. So Null Pointer actually made some distance in this bracket. We'll probably be talking more about them during a later TCC rundown for the July month. You can expect that in August. Meanwhile, A lot of, actually, you know what? Looking at this bracket, no, I lied. Never mind. There's Twisty. We were just talking about it. Twisty 0-2. That's a little bit surprising. Lost to Null Pointer. Lost to Remy de Guzman's Candy Striker. I do wonder what Santana and Remy's win-loss record is against one another, because they do face each other an absolute ton during these matchups. In fact, I believe Crixus and Wicked Wedge ended up tying for fifth and fought each other at some point during the Windy City Showdown event. That is really underwhelming, man. I gassed up. I was really hyping up what this liquid death water was going to be, but it is liquid. But I'm not really feeling the death. It just tastes like water to me. Pretty sick can labeling there, but FTBB. Okay, back at it here. But I do think that pretty much covers everything out of that beataway class. Shoutouts to Candy Striker, not Candy Stripper, for being successful, winning the 3-pound championship. I do believe that it is Candy Striker's first championship since it debuted at NHRL May. Wicked Wedge, I believe, still looking for its first 3-pound title. So it's Twisty. But tell you what, let's go on YouTube real quick and see if maybe we can find some Robotica footage yet. I doubt it, but only one way to tell. No, not that Robotica. Though I wish that Robotica would come back. Oh, we got a single video. The first gift of Christmas. Look at this from ACDC. Hopefully they'll be putting out a good bit of content over the next couple of hours. So maybe we can look at some other stuff that they've uploaded. But we finally get a look at this Robotica arena, which is very run-of-the-mill standard arena. Looks like it's your classic beat-a-weight box or small bots box. No hazards, no pits, no little spinners in the corners, no spikes, no lifters, nothing like that. We'll say I don't know who is who in this matchup here. I believe War Machine might be the 4-wheel drive, but I have no way to look unless I double check the bracket again or double check the Robot Combat Events page. Ooh, big gyro there. And speaking of, let me look over here at this other one. We have, I believe it's a robot called Nighthawk competing in the 3-pound class at Robot Rebellion. They're fighting a big boxy robot, green with a yellow lifter, kind of John Deere-esque. I don't know the name of this robot, but it did just lose a wheel. I believe the robot called Nighthawk on the Robot Rebellion stream. I've seen this bot compete quite a few times before at Bristol Bot Builders events, other competitions. Very fun robot, very solid machine, as it looks like it picks up the W right there. Looking back over at this stream over here. Oh, we got two bots stuck on their side. Stream, it's a video. But War Machine or whoever that may be, not looking too hot right there. As we continue on here at the Combot Collective. Let's go over that Instagram feed, see if we have any other interesting tidbits of discussion here. A little bit. This is old news here, of course, but Psycho and Attrition. We saw these robots plenty yesterday. I think I speak for a lot of people. Attrition very much impressed me for being such an old school robot. You can just see the difference in construction of how robots are built from now and then with how Attrition is built. You look at a bot Attrition, you see that peak, 2005 to 2007, late 2000s build style. You don't see that big plow at the front surrounding the full robot like you do with Psycho. So it's a shame that I don't believe Attrition had their losers round matchup. I think they just pulled out after their loss. So Otis ended up getting quite a bit of a pass through to the later part of the bracket. But Psycho, I believe, still looking strong. I think they are still undefeated, but I might be incorrect about that. I'll double check. In fact, pull up the brackets right now. Why not? July. We'll be talking more about these brackets here momentarily. 3-pound, 12-pound, 30-pound. Close these out for the meantime. Robotic heavyweight, still nothing new from here, but it is still very early in the day. I don't think any matches have officially started up yet here in the States. Let me check here, though, at Psycho. Yes, they are still in the winner's bracket. In fact, that's what we were talking about. Oh, wait, no. My mistake. They lost a RAM plan after that. Mildly controversial decision. I didn't bring it up yesterday. I forgot to, but it was very strange. Psycho, I believe, dominated the first minute. Maybe not dominated, but definitely had control. But you know that final half of the fight, Ramplan so well. Not Ramplan. Psycho ran personally perfectly into the corner by Ramplan that Brett the Bick really had no idea what to do in terms of like breaking it out of there. But my mistake. Psycho is now, I believe, 2-1 right now. Yes, 2-1. Lebowski forfeited. They got the big victory against Krunk. That was a quick victory. Beat Sombra as well, so it's been a stacked lineup for them, and it's going to stay stacked as now they're going to be taking on the winner of Krunk and Yobnal, two former event winners. In fact, our two most recent former 12-pound champions. Of course, Krunk winning the April event, Yobnal winning the May events. We might see the July event winner here in Psycho. Going to be fascinating to see. But I do wish Jameson go the best of luck. It looks like he's going to have even more robots qualify for the finals before tonight's over. We're going to keep on scanning through this. Shoutouts to Medway Rapture. I don't know if these pictures are from... Oh, these are definitely from today. In fact, this is all Team Monsoon right here. Big shouts to Team Monsoon. I really do like this venue. I love these rustic pillars of bricks going on over here. It's a very scenic little venue here. I am glad that Stratus is apparently doing pretty good. I believe Team Fluffy Robotics and Lily was the person that let me know about the French robot that got ripped in half at the Robot Rebellion events. There is a French robot at Robot Rebellion. If you missed that last night, we talked about that a little bit. It is just a classic two-wheel drive push robot, but the more French robots, the more international robots in the sport from these countries you wouldn't expect, the better. That's what the sport's growth is all about. But I do believe Strato ripped that robot in half at some point during yesterday's stream. That's the report I've been receiving from other people. It is really good to see Drizzle, though, as well. Very solid robot. I haven't seen too much of it since Bungleboss, but I know it has been competing at some Bristol Bot Builders events recently. Hopefully I'll get a chance to cover it when we do the Robot Rebellion live event review video in full, talking about another robot that is at Robot Rebellion. We actually saw this robot advertised. We saw the team promoting this robot a little bit on the BattleBot subreddit yesterday from Team Maneuver Robotics, the guys behind the Toaster Bots. Looks like this robot is called Angel Slice, and it's definitely a bit battle torn. It's 0-3 going into day 2, so it's pretty much eliminated from any competitive chances. Bit rough for the horizontal spinner, almost Tomb Clone-esque, but definitely more of a Malice style bot with its build here. Hopefully they do compete today, and we'll see a bit better from them. As we look over to the stream right here, Sir Lance-a-Frog and Gear Down for What, two robots that we've seen compete at Bogobots before. Saw Gear Down for What fight once yesterday against the Happy Cat Smother bot that is from Team Death Flamingo. Forgot its name, it's slipping me right now, I hate it, but I will say Gear Down for What, probably one of my favorite 3-pound axe bots. I love the speed of that robot. I love the axe of that robot. You know, you wouldn't think a 3-pound axe bot would be, or any overhead weapon, maybe besides a saw, would be solid. But definitely very good robot. Very kind of hard to control, though, as spin down, Gear Down for What drives to the pits. So Lance-a-Frog just picking up the victory there at Robot Rebellion. But check out this. Apparently, Team Scorpius with the custom Jones soda, berry lemonade. That's probably pretty good. It's a pretty sick idea right there. Here we go. Here's another interesting thing from Team Ironclads. I don't think they're actually competing anywhere this weekend. But while they're here, might as well give them a little bit of love. Team Ironclads, guys I work with to get a lot of my Robots Live and Extreme Robots Live event footage. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to supply me with any Extreme Robots footage of the recent events because of Extreme Robots NDA. Hopefully, we do get updates on those Extreme Robots videos soon enough while we're talking about them. I really want to do a After the Havoc style show for Extreme Robots, a bit of a podcast style event, maybe get some of those Extreme Robots captains on stream. I would love to do something like that. Let's keep going forward, though. There's Fillibuster with Chaotic Robotics. We've talked a lot about this robot over the past couple of streams. I believe we are going to have Chaotic Robotics come in for our lunchtime stream. That's the plan we've made so far. Just some of the robot pictures here. We do know that they have added some robots to the NHRL Museum over these past couple of days. I don't believe the Ribot's brand new, but I may be incorrect. They do have pictures of it here. I do love the baby Ribot right here. I think that's just an ant weight, maybe a beetle weight version of it. And of course, very recently added as of yesterday, I believe, is the BattleBoss 2021 version of Mammoth. The unofficial 33rd seed of the playoff bracket. They snuck into the playoffs this year after Glitch had to pull out, making making lemonade out of lemons. Unfortunately, they did end up losing to the eventual winner of that half of the bracket, Witch Doctor. But hey, if you're gonna lose to someone, lose to the champion, or lose to the runner-up, I should say. A few other robots that have been added recently to that pit area. Pain trains have been added. Panic Attack, that's probably the big one. You know me, I love my Robot Wars. Panic Attack, the Robot Wars Series 2 champion. Not that Robots, but I believe this is the Series 7 version of Panic Attack that was added. The version that was recently seen at RoboNerd. Going down the list here. I was a little surprised. I don't know why I was surprised to see Ray Billings there, because we knew who Dread Hayes was from. Doom Kid himself, Hardcore Robotics, in the house at NHRL. And if I am correct, I believe they are still in the winner's bracket. Let me double check here. Yes, no, I lied. I am 0 for 2 on this. You would have never thought I watched this yesterday. Voxel did beat Dread Hayes, that's correct. Undefeated semifinals, Voxel, Eruption, Twin Beast, and Adrift. 3 vertical spinners, 1 horizontal spinner, still undefeated in the 3-pound bracket. I really hope we see Twin Beast win the whole thing. We've been following their story from their last event in AGBS in Brazil, all the way back in June, where they went I believe they went 5-1, maybe 4-2. One of those records, they did play second, only losing to Sombra, who I believe has already been eliminated. Let me double check though. No, I'm thinking of the 12-pound Sombra already being eliminated. Let me scan here. Yes, we're waiting on Sombra and Red Hawk X. We'll see that matchup later today. Vertical spinner versus horizontal spinner, just like Twin Beast and Adrift. I have a feeling that Sombra and Twin Beast are probably going to be pretty good in that matchup there. Horizontal spinners usually have a bad time against the verticals. But let's keep moving forward here. Very excited to see Ray Billings and Team Doom and Team Hardcore Robotics showing up at Norwalk Havoc. All the BattleBots captains, you just love to see it. Here's a... Oh, I thought they were going to be talking about Robotica. I think they're just talking about post Las Vegas. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Talking about Australian teams. We've seen French teams at this event. We've seen some Dutch teams at this event. We've seen European teams, of course. Irish teams as well. Australia as well represented at this international competition. You'll love to see it when robots are pulling up from around the world. Second day of Robot Rebellion for them, so hopefully we'll get to see them fight on stream fairly soon. But we do know that we got a bit of an undercutter bot here. I couldn't tell you the name of this robot though if I had a gun to my head. Let's go on their page though. Maybe we can pull up some info on them real quick, Ski. I do know that they are going to be applying to BattleBots 2022 with Zap. We've talked about it in an applicant rundown in the past quite a bit. In fact, I believe here's the robot right here. Ah, the robot's called Annie. There you go. I do believe I did know that, actually. I do wonder how Annie's doing in the bracket here. I believe it's a team I haven't followed yet. I'm going to follow as many of these teams as I can. But looking at some other robots here. Hey, shoutouts to Tornado. I haven't seen Tornado in a while. I'm pretty excited, though, to see RoboNerd again. It's always fun to see what robots pull up. We're getting off topic here. Here, I believe, is the robot they are bringing to Rapture Gaming Festival. Voltageist. Look at that. I believe that's... What weapon is that? Scissors? A lifter? Look at how that is. It's like a... Cuts? Axe? I feel like the wedges are kind of redundant because it's pointed down there. I don't know. Kind of creative, though. I kind of dig it. But yeah, here's a recent event we were talking about. Let's get out of here, though. Getting way off on the rabbit hole here, rabbit trail. Here's that Zap robot I was talking about just now. I really hope we see I really hope we see Zap in BattleBots 2022 or 2023. It's just a really good looking robot. I believe we need more of these melt-to-brain style robots, and we don't have a good 2-blade robot now that Rotator has moved full on to just being the undercutter style robot. But let's keep looking through these updates here, see if we have any other exciting posts from teams. Give another shout out here to oh, what? I didn't know Pearl Grey. I didn't know they were part of Team Bloodsport. Maybe that's a new development. But it is cool to see that they were recruited for Team Bloodsport. Maybe we'll see them on BattleBots next year. Getting a little bit of Texas in the Bloodsport crew. And yes, talking about that Axbot, we talked about it plenty yesterday. Hey, Billet. I do apologize for the jingling and jangling in the background. My dog is the loudest caller in the world. But yes, Bots FC, congratulations to the guys from New York. Qualified for the December finals, but more importantly, $1,000 in the pocket plus the golden dumpster in their suitcase. The stuff they did, the Toro feather here, I mean, look at that impact. This is not something that's supposed to happen to, your super compact drum bots. I have no clue why. I have no clue why Dustin from Deep Six was hanging out with them. I believe that they did say they were sharing a pit table and they were pretty much working on each other's robot all weekend. So seems like either way, if either of these robots, Depth Charge or Knockoff White, won, they were going to be all celebrating, popping the champagne together. So I am happy to see the celebration there. All three of these guys are going to be going to the December finals. So there's a lot to celebrate there as we... I don't know the context of this picture. I genuinely don't know the context of this picture. Here we have John Mladenick with Kevin Hart, a cardboard stand-up of Kevin Hart. Apparently they are in Maryville, Indiana. But it was good to see. I feel like that's an accurate height for Kevin Hart. I feel like John's probably a fairly tall dude. But that's pretty great. I love John Mladenick's shirt there. No clue what's going on. And hey, look at that. Look at that. Robot. We know that robot. That's Mad Catter if I've ever seen it. We've been talking about in our past videos on what that weapon would end up being for Mad Catter. Looks like the theories, the rumors were true. Mad Catter running a big old wheel as the vertical spinner. I'm sure it's probably more useful than someone may think, though. It probably has good grip. We have some robots like Ryzen, like Overhaul, like Slammo. These robots that have so many jagged edges, so many spots that you might be able to get purchase on. Maybe there's some use in a weapon like that, but of course, Mad Catter also running the lifter, as you would expect. Palm Beach bots, I'm surprised I never added them until now. I could have sworn I had them added, but oh, look at this. Looks like we actually have quite a bit of images here from Robotica. Actually, no, that's from a past event, isn't it? Bummer. But it looks like some picture here of them working on the Comic Palooza Robotica arena. I'm so excited to see full footage of this. Look, hope the arena holds up. Big venue, though, for some robot fighting. You love to see it. Hopefully that floor stays sturdy. And no, that's from Florida SuperCon. That's another event we will be covering when we do our July rundown. Florida SuperCon. My buddy Daniel from Team Rampage actually won, I believe, the 3-pound or 1-pound class with their drum bot. And of course, we had Rogers Robotics, another friend of the Combot Collective, fighting Cannibal Mini in the main event of that competition. Very cool how they did that. But we'll come back to Palm Beach bots at some point tonight, I'm probably sure. Here we go. Another robot that I was pretty excited to see competing. Another BattleBots team. We saw Madeline, I believe, make her captaining debut here with left unsupervised. It's a damn shame the draw that they did have in their winners round 2 matchup. Let's pull that matchup here. I believe they were in the first round, the very first round here. Or maybe they weren't. Left. No, they got a first round bye, I guess, due to the BattleBots membership. But yes, they beat off Kilter and what was a very strange matchup, and then they got absolutely torn apart by Eruption. Madeline, though, she didn't hear no bell. They kept on going all the way till the very end of the matchup as they just threw up their rock-on symbols afterwards. You love to see it. Eruption, though, has been red hot, the highest-ranked robot in this entire 3-pound competition. Victory over Polar Vortex. Victory over Left Unsupervised. Over Wasabi. That was a big one, because I believe that was also by knockout there. And then, of course, victory over Sepio 1. Sepio 1 always one of those robots that kind of sneaks up on you. They're NHRL regulars. We see them all the time. So you do kind of get used to them. You don't expect them to go too far. You expect them to kind of go where they usually go. But they went all the way to the undefeated quarterfinals. Lost to Eruption. And right now we are going to be seeing them fight. They're pretty deep on this bracket. They're going to be taking on the winner of Blackbird, Crash Best, and Underbite here. I believe Crash Fest is probably going to beat Underbite. Blackbird versus Crash Fest is going to be something I'm going to be biting my nails on. We know how good of a driver Robert is with Crash Fest, but Blackbird and Tony Ambrosio, that's one of our boys here at the Combot Collective. I've been cheering for him all show, and in fact, I'm going to try for the dinner time stream or maybe after NHRL closes up shop today. Depending on when they do finally shut down for today, we are going to be interviewing Tony D'Ambrosio and hopefully Angel as well. Some of the shredded guys there. Anyway, winner of that matchup will be taking on Sepio 1. I do believe, maybe not underbite just due to the lack of experience, but if Crashfest or Blackbird do make it all the way to that point, it is going to be their victory, so they will probably go into elimination round 8 to take on the winner of Dreadhades and a whole pack of contenders here. We got Red Hawk and Red Hawk X potentially going to be fighting each other. Teammates there, but they are separated by Sombra and Silk. If these two robots also meet up, that would be one hell of a matchup. The Swiss Army bot Silk, they were running different configurations for each match. Victories over HypeTrain, Stifle Stuffed Oreo, Triple Stuffed Oreo. It's a shame to see HypeTrain go not 0-2. I do apologize. Where are they listed here? I believe they went 1-2. Yes, they beat Triangles. That was a bit of a so-and-so victory there. That was great sportsmanship shown by the Triangles team, even though HypeTrain died in the final 30 seconds. They tapped out because they knew who was supposed to win that matchup. That's going to be good to see. The greatest challenge waiting for either Wasabi, Drac Rabbit, or Camino. Gotta say, I think greatest challenge is probably going to win that. Twin Beasts is one hell of a robot. Maybe the best Brazilian robot there right now. But Wasabi, we've seen it have some struggles in this event so far, even though it did just beat Shredder Bro in what was an incredible back-and-forth matchup. Probably one of the closest matchups we're going to have this entire weekend. Wasabi, though, taking the victory there. They're going to be facing the winner of Jackrabbit and Camino. I'm glad to see that Andrew Davis is still in the bracket. I was a little worried with how they were talking about his interview when they were talking about Jack Move. But Jackrabbit's still in there, likely taking on the horizontal spinner here. Hopefully we'll see Jackrabbit versus Wasabi for the chance against the greatest challenge. And of course, all vertical spinners down here, Mini Toro, Chubby Unicorn, Mechanical Advantage, and Off Kilter. Those are all very slightly different vertical spinners. Very interested to see who ends up being Inside Job's next opponent. Very eager to see Inside Job more this year. Today. I love the all blue look. I love the blue body, the white wheels. They've been amazing so far this event. Apparently Joe Fabiani's been flying out of his flip-flops multiple times over. But having Brendan Solinsky focus on the crusher while Joe does the driving. We know Joe's a creative driver, can drive these wild machines so well. He's still in there, and he might be there for quite a while. I really want Greatest Challenge versus Inside Job, though. That would be a damn good matchup. We're going to have to see, though. I also want Mechanical Advantage to win this whole thing, if it's not going to be Blackbird. So we'll just have to see how that goes down. 12-pound class, though. We looked at this a little bit. Not too many robots left. We just have Otis, Crunk, Yabnal, Psycho, and in the winner's bracket, Ramplan, Toro Jr., and Carmen. Kind of hope they kick off the day with Toro Jr. and Carmen. I feel like that's just a good match to get everyone's robot fighting juices simmering and bubbling there. Toro Jr. still my pick to win that. I think it's just the more sturdy robot, the more proven. We've seen Carmen have some issues in some of its past NHRL events. It is an NHRL regular. So I believe that's all we really have to talk about with Norwalk right now, huh? I guess we can check the channel. We do have 77 new messages. I don't know if they brought up anything fascinating topic-wise. Oh, yes! This is fascinating. The greatest challenge after that matchup against Twin Beasts. We were wondering what it's going to take to bust this robot. But, oh! You know, I said I thought this might be an easy fix. Look at that. Look at that gut. Right there. That's something you can't just pop together like a Lego piece, can you? Maybe right there, but I don't know about right there. Maybe they can do something with the greatest danger, mush those robots together. I know that's not how that works, but it's honestly crazy how solid this Melty Brain has been. I think Kyle, one of the NHRL commentators, put it best. You're pretty much fighting an arena hazard when you fight this thing. And the fact that Twin Beast did this really shows the power and the sturdiness of Twin Beast's vertical spinner. As, 1 second here. Let me flip to this real quick. See, I got a DM. I just got a note that apparently my brackets are too far away right now. Let me zoom in a little bit more. There we go. I could have sworn I had them zoomed in yesterday. I missed a reset or something. But there we go. Fix that there. There we go. I think bracket's going to be a little bit easier to read now. How does that look, y'all? Yeah, that's a lot better. We did already talk a little bit about a lot of this, though. So, a lot of these matchups already discussed. Looking at some of these other losers bracket matchups, we have pretty much ran through all these. Very excited. Blackbird and Caldera has had the test really thrown at it recently with some of these matchups, but they've held up so far. Blackbird in elimination round 6. Hopefully we see Tony D'Ambrosio take this whole dang thing. But checking the Robotica heavyweights again here one more time. Nothing too much going on here. We've already discussed all these matchups. I really do hope we get some footage of Pneumatic and some of these other robots very soon. But yeah, let's go back through this July 16th discussion, see if maybe we can get some more pictures here. Oh gosh, I feel so bad for William from the Sea Dragons War Gang. It happens though. Everyone has their rough events, you know. I mean, what can I say? I used to play competitive Smash. You know how many times I didn't go 0-2 in a bracket? Definitely more times than I went 1-2 and 2-2. That just stuff sort of happens with the sport. We've seen William though. We know what Sea Dragons War can do. That robot went Final Four all the way back during the March NHRL event. So I believe they maybe finals qualified already, but I don't know. But here's some footage of the Fillibuster fights. I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all with this for just a moment, and I am going to. Oh well, maybe not. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of running. I have to use the restroom real quick, so I'll be right back. We'll talk more about NHRL. We're probably getting pretty close to when this event's going to start. Oh, weird. We were just talking about that weird knife robot that's competing at Robot Rebellion. They're on stream right now. If you want to go check them out, they're on World of Wardrow. They're having a 3-way match right now, so you might want to check this one out. But I'll be right back. They're doing the grand finals right now, in fact. Not for this one. This one might be a whiteboard, but they are getting some grand finals matchups set up for later on in the day, it looks like. So keep an eye out on that. I'll be right back here at the Combot Collective. Stay tuned. And as I go, well, TMI. I'll be back in a sec. And I'm better than ever. Actually, maybe not better than ever, but I am back. I have returned. And we're probably in our final stretch here before NHRL Havoc begins their stream for today, huh? We will go, let's see here. You know what? Might want to pull up this one live. Maybe we can get a bit of a live reaction here real quick, Ski. We got NBOSS versus Tosser 3. What a British name that is. Oh, yeah, Tosser. Here on stream right now. See if we can pull it up real quick. Maybe do a live reaction while we wait for everything. And I believe this is another grand quarterfinal match up here. I don't know if this is the same one that they were about to have before I ran off, but let's see here. I don't know how the stream looks for y'all. It looks like it's pretty good. So Flipping Spree. Not Flipping Spree. Tosser 3. This is the robot I was talking about when, I don't know if any of you guys were on the voice call yesterday for the Combot Collective's little get-together. I said that there was one robot that was very Saber from King of Bots-esque. It looks like it was the robot called Tosser 3. Another robot I've been very impressed with this event is this Endgame-esque robot called NBOSS. Very solid-looking robot, very sturdily built. As some really solid control being shown here by Tosser. Very impressive. Even without the flipper, that's about all they can do in this matchup. We saw a lot of matchups like this yesterday at NHRL Havoc. In fact, I do really want to commend Mechanical Advantage for making that matchup against Voxel. As much of a fight as it was, even after they lost their vertical spinning drum, like, what, a minute into the matchup, they were in a perfect shape to really just be able to drive these robots all over the place despite that. You know, we saw drive Voxel, I should say, all over the arena despite the weapon issue. Probably pinned Voxel, you know, 3 or 4 times during the matchup. They ended up winning control, and in fact, it was a unanimous split decision. Of course, that makes sense. I believe it was 9-8, 9-8, 9-8 across the board. So unanimous, but they all had it by 1 point, just 1 point of aggression, just due to the one robot having a spinner and the other not. Look at that. The British people are out here drinking some weird orange drink, and us Americans, we're drinking liquid death, which I'm not very impressed by. But what are you going to do? Very interesting matchup there. Looks like end same. I'm getting my NHRL bots mixed up now. NBOSS is hanging on in there. Let's look at some of these other bracket matchups here. We have Night Fury. I've been calling it Nighthawk. I am so sorry. Night Fury taking on Baby Shrek. That's going to be a very interesting matchup because that's vertical spinner versus horizontal spinner. Swag Demon versus Sir Lance the Frog. I don't know who Swag Demon is. I'm just going to be honest with you all. Same with Anomaly and Stratus. I'm sure there's footage out there, pictures. Maybe someone has some info in the chat, but on my end, I don't know too much about those robots. But what we've seen from NBOSS and you know, with robots like Baby Shrek and Night Fury still in this bracket, you know, there's still a couple of robots you can definitely expect to see do well and maybe become our champion here, as looks like Robot Rebellion into their final 8 bracket, interviewing, I thought that was Greg Catalina. It's not, it's some other fella, but I'm glad that they've been doing so many interviews during this Robot Rebellion stream. When I get a chance to watch the stream in full, get a chance to absorb some of those interviews and take it in, I'll look forward to that. But in the meantime, just sort of hopping around, talking about every event here, talking about not knowing names. I do want to have an apology. I had one of my mini clown shoes moments I've been having this weekend. Yesterday, we were talking about Bugsby's driver, and I said her name's either Amy or Anna. Turns out her name's Zoe. So I am deeply sorry for Zoe for butchering your name that bad and being so confident it was one or the other when apparently I was on the whole opposite end of the alphabet. But, you know, shouts to you, though. You brought, you know, this whole team of your, pretty much a whole swarm of bees, if you want to talk about it. I believe she was the one that brought all her students with her. All these other robots like Hive Mind, Busy Bee, Honeypot, all these other robots that we've seen competing so often during the 3-pound class. And awesome. Got confirmation from Chaotic Robotics that they will be here for the lunchtime stream. So will Team Penguin Robotics. And like I said, during our evening streams, we'll have from Team Shredded, Angel, and Tony Maybe we can get Alex also coming in here, but I know he has a busy weekend doing his food stuff, so no promises on that. As looks like we have an exhibition matchup going on, getting prepared in the Robot Rebellion arena right now. Let's mute that. Actually, curiosity. I don't know if you are getting audio from my end or not. Well, I guess it's hard to know if I don't have any audio. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's Straddle. This is the robot that we saw competing in the 30-pound form during, ooh, that's not good audio. During the 30-pound class at Labman Fight Fest. If you haven't watched a Labman Fight Fest yet, the 30-pound event, I definitely implore you to check it out. It is an invitational event. You know, it's not open entry like these competitions, but the school competition, very unique designs, very fun robots there. In the pro competition, I love events that are separated by school and pro. It's just a nice little facet of the sport right there. Of course, you had robots like Straddle there. You had robots like Eruption, the legendary, not Eruption, I'm sorry, Eruption's older brother, Explosion, the legendary 30-pound flipper Explosion there. Arguably the best featherweight in the world right now, Amnesia, also was at this event. Numerous spinners, numerous vertical and horizontal spinners. So many great designs. As hey, look at that, we got Tim Rackers, the man himself, talking to Woodrow, right there on stream. We won't just sit there milking their stream footage though. Unfortunately, it was just telling Kringus, one of our After the Havoc boys, that there was no Robotica stream. There's literally one fight available on YouTube. But let's look at this. This footage was just sent to me from Lily Fluffy Robotics here. The picture of the damage Blackbird took from that Greatest Challenge matchup. Greatest Challenge, right? Yeah, Greatest Challenge. And like I said, truly the greatest challenge, isn't it? Look at how bent that is. That's straight metal right there. That's not how metal's supposed to bend. But when you take on a robot like the Greatest Challenge robot that I am so stoked to get to watch fight twice over with the Greatest Danger as well today. All of its matches were just banger, 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 banger. Great fun competitions put up with it. Sorry, matchups put up with it. But when you see this, it is very impressive how Blackbird did manage to survive this whole matchup. Blackbird and Raven have just... oh, shit. I haven't talked as much in so long. But, yeah, Blackbird and Raven, it's a winning combo. We've seen some success out of Blackbird with the new mini-bot that they had to get because they pretty much had to give themselves this 5-ounce mini-bot just because this new Blackbird was a bit overweight with the brand new upgraded weapon with the knuckles on the front. But, oops. Oh, Lily said NHRL Day 2 is starting. Is that official? Let me check. If it is, I will skedaddle and get out of here so we can watch some robots fight. But let me make sure. I don't want to run over their toes. If we're still waiting for them to start. Okay, yeah, it looks like we're still waiting on them to start here. So, but we are in our final stretch here. We probably have like 10 or 15 or so minutes left before we start our stream officially for today. Thank you guys so much for watching Amidst the Havoc so far as we start capping this off. We've been streaming for over an hour here. Thank you guys for coming in here and listening to me ramble again, botching names left and right. Let's see if we can go through this Instagram feed, maybe a little bit more before we're done for today. I do want to give one more shout out to Left Unsupervised. I love the trans rights flag. I love all the bright colors here. They have the spray paint on hand. Looks like they have another robot on deck too, so hopefully we'll see them fight with some of their spares later on in the day. In fact, are they still? I don't think I saw them competing in the no, they lost to Triple Stuffed Oreo. Okay. Credit to Triple Stuffed Oreo. They got some good victories there when they didn't look like they were too hot after beating Spine Tingler. I believe that's the name of the robot. Spine Crawler. Spine Crawler, that's it. Probably the best. I know I've said it 3 times now. Spine Crawler, probably the coolest 3-pounder I have ever seen. I've been gushing about that robot for days now. Picture of Shredded Bro, of course, you know, the face of Norwalk Havoc as the commentators have been putting over. It's a shame that they went out in the losers bracket to Wasabi, but they had some fantastic fights and made a bit of a star out of a drift. Lily brought it up when we were talking about the matchups that when we were talking about the live matchups yesterday, I should say that you know, well, we haven't seen Shredded Bro take a beating like that in quite a long time, but yesterday was the day. A beating was definitely handed out. We're still waiting on Norwalk Havoc to start their stream officially. Whenever we see them do that sky shot of the Norwalk skyline, we'll know that we're ready to go here. Here's the test video for Baby Straddle here. I think we're waiting on another matchup. Oh, well, look at that. We're actually about to have another. Maybe not. Maybe I missed it. Thought we were about to have Night Fury versus Baby Strickland. Uh-oh. Look at this. Jack Tweedy, famous Norwalk Havoc judge and famous BattleBots builder, one of the kings of the Isle of Sheppey, showing up here with, I believe, he has a robot. Maybe he had a robot in this competition I wasn't aware about. But look at that battle damage. Maybe he was I can't tell if that's the toss bot we just were watching. Tosser, I believe his name was. But oh, look at that. We're live, I believe. So maybe we should probably finish it up here. Yes, thank you, Lily. My bad. Just saw the Chris. Actually, no, I saw Ricky Willems. I wish we got more Ricky Willems yesterday, but it looks like we're starting the day off with him and Kyle today. Damages here being talked about with Jack Tweedy, but we're going to go ahead and get out of here now. Last scan through it, looks like we're getting some repeat posts here. The Division also has had a very exciting week so far. I don't know if they're still in the 3-pound class. Let's check that. That'll be the last thing we do before we go watch some robots fight. No, that's right. Division did go out to shred it, bro. Very stacked losers matchup to happen only in round 3 of the elimination rounds there. But Division did kind of have a rough day. 1 and 2 overall. Their only victory being over that beautiful Walkerbot spine crawler. But that's it. We're done for today. We're going to wrap it up. This has been Sterling Brown of the Combot Collective. When we come back with you during our lunchtime stream, we are going to be doing 2 interviews, one with Penguin Robotics and Adam, one with Chaotic Robotics and their robot Fillibuster. I don't know the driver's name yet. I feel bad about that. But we were just showing Fillibuster footage. We will be talking to Chaotic Robotics first and then going to Adam with Team Penguin Robotics. But we're going to wrap it up now. 1 hour and 17 minutes up. And now we're going to put it down. Wait a minute. Okay, no, now they're officially going. I was like, did they go back on intermission? Don't tell me that. But yes, we will see you in a few hours. Thank you for watching Amidst the Havoc, and we will see you later today. So long. Let's get out of here. Watch some robots fight, everybody.